Damage to garrisons minus 20%. Bonus attack and defense in the desert. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, there's a lot of desert around here. But again, it's one of those situations where we probably don't need the help against the Cairo Pact, to be completely honest with you. And that only benefits us in this region. Once we probably maybe attack the Russians for Georgia, like, having a bonus attack in the desert is not going to help us in any way, shape, or form. So it's probably just not that good. Probably, like, not that good. Okay. I mean, our manpower is kind of low, but we're not really training any troops right now. Mostly because we definitely cannot afford it. Since I don't think we have any steel whatsoever. We have 2 aluminum. I see, if I go to trade, am I trading in... I'm importing 1. Don't trade your factory. Don't trade 1 civilian factory for 1 steel. Are you out of your mind? Trade for some steel that's actually going to be important. Okay, so doing some negotiations. Let's get the 2 military factories from reforming the army here. Really, there's no benefits here at all? Oh no, actually it completely drops the one with the Entente. Lovely, so that's going to save us a decent amount. By that I mean 5% consumer goods factory. But that's 5%. 5% is 5%. I think you also are going to save us, yeah, 5% here. And also much faster construction. Yeah, so let's go for mobilization here. So can I do the reforms now? No, I can't. Yeah, so I can only get rid of them, I think, in like 1939, once you're all at war. I mean, we can only negotiate... We could do that after 1940. Germany's going to be a little bit earlier, just because they're going to be ending up at war with the commune. So we could do these somewhat soon. But all of that just to do this little tree. I mean, we do get like 20% civilian factories back. But I assume, like, how much, like, let's look at resource tab. Like, we have a decent amount of oil here. We got oil. 4 steel. Okay, maybe the steel is not that great in any of these people. Triple Autonomy literally has nothing in it. I mean, you are our puppet state. I'm going to request 3 forces from you to put you on the border with Egypt. Because, of course, having more front lines is always a good idea. Because you're not a puppet state, right? No, you're just kind of there. Which I don't approve of for obvious reasons. Like, how many men do you guys have? 1 to 5, 1 to 5. We're looking at 6 to 14. Like, we do just outnumber everybody in the Cairo Pact automatically. The thing is that the AI just gets confused with the borders here. You guys have any... No, okay, we can't cross through here. Like, we can only really go through this area. All of this is wasted space that we don't care about. Same with down here. The country's not as big as you might expect. Just because of these big deserts. What desert even are these? I actually don't... Is it just the Arabian Desert? I don't remember what these deserts are called. But there's a lot of territory that like doesn't really matter. Like, you guys should be good. I'm assuming you're kind of trash units. Could be worse. We do have a 42 command power, offensive doctrine, please. What do you have? You have guerrilla fighter, trenchman speed. I don't think it's like that important. Camouflage expert is useful when you're fighting countries that have big air forces, but, you know, Bulgaria, the Cairo Pact, they will not. Russia, even then, actually, they only have like a few hundred planes. And if they go to war with Germany, Germany should be able to, because even Germany doesn't have that many planes. But they should be able to somewhat counter each other. is my hope. Or do we actually have any territory that's considered occupied? No, everything does seem... Oh, no, we do. Right here in the Sinai Peninsula, but they're not too upset with us, which is nice. Their growth is quite slow. Yeah, because the compliance is quite high. So they're not too upset with us right now. Maybe they'll get upset once we go to war with the Egyptians, but until that moment, you know, tough luck. It is July. So again, we have about a year. Actually, less than a year until these guys start ganging up against us. Hopefully, you know, I don't think it's going to be that bad. I don't think, honestly. More scared of the Russians than anybody else. Because Russia can actually pose a credible threat. And once we defeat the Cairo Pact, once we defeat probably Bulgaria, we need to really send our entire army up north. Once, of course, Russia's at war with Germany. Because I don't believe on our own we could defeat the Russians. Like, we could probably just, like, defend the Caucasus and let them constantly attack into us. Because that's something the AI would love to do. However, I don't think it's going to win strategy. I think we would eventually lose manpower much faster than the Russians would. Even if they're going to constantly sacrifice their troops on our front lines. We got to be a little bit more cautious than that. We have 20 days left until you are done, so just about 3 weeks. And then another 2 months until we get our 2 military factories. But like, we're getting to military factories, but we don't really have the resources necessary to fund them. So we have some economic problems approaching us in the far future. Germany says it's declared war on Indochina. Doesn't affect us too much. We actually do want a strong Germany. I don't want to pay them money, obviously. I want these OPEDA payments like out of the way ASAP. But, of course, our allegiance is more towards the Middle Africa than anybody else. Like, not Russia, not the International. Probably not the Austrians, but I guess Austria and Germany, I kind of am just kind of lumping them together. I don't think Austria can do anything against us. Like, I don't see what they could do. Same with Germany. I don't think they can actually do anything to stop us. Of course, unless we attack for the Suez, but I don't think Egypt can actually do the focus if they're a puppet. They might be able to, but I would be surprised by that. Okay, let me just, yeah, fully independent. So even if they were not a, if we puppet them, during the war, they actually will not be able to push any claims against Suez. Prince Omar Farak's wife is dead. Okay. I don't like losing the political power, but you know, what can you do about it? So let us get our 2 times military factory. Getting out of the army structure, the 3% recruited population would be nice as well. Because right now we're sitting at 2.5, so that's going to more than double our manpower pool. So that's going to get us up to about 1 million manpower, which would be nice. Yeah, like, no matter what, you would all go to war with us. So if anything, it's in my best interest to see these guys fight it out, but I think they're going to immediately lose Halo over here and then just, like, lose the war. So we'll see how that goes, but I have a feeling the war is going to be, like, 4 days long. I mean, it's going on a little bit longer than I thought. We'll see. Man, I don't think there's any way for Nej to lose. Just because it's such a larger country than Jabal. Belgium has declared their independence. Probably are just going to go and join the Reichspakt again, because that's essentially what they always do. You know, it's like, like, we're so poor. Do I have any factories for construction? I actually have construction. Okay. So I actually can begin importing resources once again. Not with Germany. Just anybody who's willing to give me stuff. I appreciate it. Actually, how many factories are you using for 6 for the light ship hull. Don't build 11 of them. Just build 1. And then after that, we're going to need some convoys because we only have 27. Which is an embarrassing amount. In fact, actually, I think once we switch over to convoys, we should be good to go on, we might actually be able to save 1 factory. Which would be, nice. Okay, so we have a 44 days left until you are done. Yeah, we're just gonna put 2 more into rifles just because that's what we need. Probably will not completely switch out those rifles for the better ones once they're done researching. We'll slowly kind of shift things over. Just because we need a lot of rifles, and I don't think right now is the time for us to spend so much energy converting the ones that we have. It can be done in 12 days. After you're done, probably radio. Excavation 1 essentially is worthless, because all we have is a ton of chromium, which we don't care that much about. Again, it's mostly for tanks, and, well, we don't have that many tanks. In fact, I think we have 28 tanks? No, we have no tanks. So no reason to even have chromium at all, really. You ever think any factories from trade? I'm getting 6 factories from trade. Okay, so that's not bad. I think it's a decent return on investment there. So I appreciate that. If more people would like to give me civilian factories so I can use them to expand my my economy, I would appreciate that. So, we do want the radio. It's October right now. Okay, we actually start off with Grand Battle Plan. Max planning plus 10%. Let's upgrade our artillery. Can I add, we have 101 artillery right now, which I think is not enough for you quite yet. We're going to be 163 short. We're making 0.4 a day. So it'll take a little bit over a year for us to have enough artillery pieces for everybody. I'd like to make that a little bit. Let's go like 1 factory here. Cancel. I was going to say cancel bombers, maybe? Like even then, we're still only building like 2 planes a month. Which is not ideal. 1.69, cost 22. They're expensive. They're expensive planes. Actually, even though they are the cheapest planes we can actually even build in the game. I mean, what's your penalty right now for having no tungsten? You're 5% penalty. Assuming, yeah, both of you you're 10% and you are 5%. Is it worth trading one? Okay, we're actually importing too much steel. So for doing that, you know what? Let's import at least some tungsten. So we get a little bit more artillery. Because we do need the artillery pieces for our armed forces. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're not going to win, so... You are all on this front. 5 of you. Is this front line actually not... Is this front line actually too long? Yeah, it's actually 1 province too long. Well, I can definitely switch, let's say, 2 cavalry to purple. Both on that line, please and thank you. We don't need that many people around the Bulgarian border, because once they go to war with Serbia, they're gonna be wide open. We're gonna have a lot of room to expand. Okay, it looks like Germany's Asia has lost their war, and that's okay. Egypt does have a large army down here, but I'm trying to remember like where do these guys actually revolt? Because I know like does Hejaz revolt against us as well? Like, I'm just trying to play things safe. I don't want my troops to get encircled because I'm an idiot. Which is entirely possible. Elon's been elected, so we know there's going to be a 4-way war in the U.S. Also, country. Current wars, thank you. Honestly, not that many people have died. Only like 4,000. I was hoping for, significantly more. I mean, what is actually your manpower pool? It's already at 0. Okay, well, I guess that works out well for us. We got our 2 military factories. I mean, honestly, like, the only thing we'd want to get down is to get down to here. Oh, you need all 6 of these focuses. I think we can kind of hold off. I'm still probably want to get reorganized army structure next. There's the garrisons. Isn't bad. But I mean, is that what we want though? We definitely do not want this. We can't get that. Matters of state. Only the research slots really appeals to me. I'm sure this does other stuff. Rebuild Ottoman. So you just remove Ottoman decline. But you do need a lot of modifiers. Especially if you want to be like more democratic. We might just dissolve the parliament. To be completely honest, just so we can go down to remove Ottoman decline ASAP. We can't do this for another 1.5-ish. So let's get a bonus to land doctrine. We'll go and get our 3% recruited population. Use that to hopefully field a slightly larger army. Making 23 rifles a day right now. That is enough for this to be done. You know, it's really actually enough equipment for a week. We can cut down 1 factory. Increase the amount of production we're putting into artillery. And we should be good. That should hopefully double this to 1. It would still take like 3 to 4 months until we have enough artillery pieces. That's much better than like a year or 2. Okay, so Balbo's been elected in Italy, which should mean that there's going to be a revolt here. The country's going to break apart, which means Austria's probably not going to be getting involved into Italian affairs as easily as they normally do. Russia, how do you feel about war with Germany? Okay, so you're still politically unstable, so you're not really able to do too much. Yes, Sweden might try to force out. Okay, actually, they cannot force abdication. So Sweden is not going to be joining the Internationale. Finland probably is going to join the Reichspakt. Norway is already in the Internationale. Sultan Ahmad Fuad has died. Sultan of Egypt and Sudan since 1925 has passed away today, imposed by the British and oversaw the Egyptian Revolution in 1925. He died in Cairo today at 65. A 16-year-old son is in charge. So you're the one. He's the one that wants to invade our country. Will he be able to do that? The answer is probably, because it's, I think, almost guaranteed that the Cairo Pact invades. You're way too ahead of time. We don't want to be spending the points on stuff like that. It's 1937. And you know what? Let's just go for concentrated industry 2. The industry techs are always a nice option, I would say. Support the CIFRC, the province of Sichuan. I don't know if that actually does anything. I would just say no to it, because I don't believe it really makes any substantial difference. But the war is definitely on the horizon. You also have like a 90.1% research speed modifier. What a very specific number. I don't know what is 9.1%. I don't know. Because the fact that Romania also has it makes me question a little bit. They might just be both made by the same developer or the same like modder. That's my best guess. Also, I'm surprised that the war here between Nash and Jabal is still actually going on. Today's the first day of Eid, and all Muslims are celebrate the end of Ramadan. 20 political power. Okay, so that does counteract the Sultan of Egypt dying, which I do appreciate. I've only been able to get like one thing passed in an entire year, which is less than ideal. Instability, Ottoman decline is not doing so well. Just the fact that this guy's in charge of Egypt right now is in 0.04 every single day. It completely cancels out some of our other modifiers here. And Nesh has capitulated. Somehow, I'm really surprised. I don't know how you managed to accomplish it, but good on you. Okay, so you're Rashidi Arabia now. Or Rashidi. Have you thought about never joining the Cairo Pact? That's what I would do if I was you. I mean, you only have like 4 divisions and like 7,000 manpower. You're really not that strong. We have Yemen down here, but again, Yemen is 100% going to rebel against us. I'm just trying to remember who exactly. That's a little country here, like Mashiki or whatever they're called. Like, they are going to rebel against us at some point, for sure. I mean, at least they always have in like every campaign I've seen. They always rise up. So you do the Cairo Pact, and then you still have to do a handful of focuses. Even after you get this finished, it's still going to take about 2 months, it looks like. Not 2 months. It's going to take about like 4 months to declare war on the Ottoman Empire. So we're looking at the earliest. June, July, August. Probably September of this year. So you have like 9 months, I would say, to prepare. Which should be more than enough time. Yeah, because they have 519 divisions. I know you probably have divisions like on every single border. Why do I lack civilian factories again? Back to Black Monday. Why does everything suck? Great question. I don't know. I just want factories. In fact, I might be just getting less in trade. Maybe. Yeah, I'm getting less in trade, so that's why people don't want to trade with me as much. Like, what's wrong with my chromium? Is my chromium not good enough for the world? Apparently not. Apparently nobody likes it. We do have enough rifles. 161. 103 in storage is not too bad. If I was to increase this, it's going to cost 3,300 in total. 1,922. We're making. We're making 20. So that'll be 100 every 4 days, roughly. So it'll take 40 days for 1,000. So it should actually not take that long. You know what? Let's do it. It's going to cause us to go negative.